I'm Victor Imgarten. I'm a St. Charles County Parks volunteer, and I'm a beekeeper. Many years ago, where I grew up, there's a gentleman that had a couple beehives actually. He was kind of a pioneer, back to the land guy through my eyes as a kid. I was kind of fascinated with them back then. Later on in life, through my business, I met a beekeeper, seen him from the roof and went over and talked to him. About 2 weeks after that, early on, I found bees in a chimney. Went and got the beekeeper who has since left us. His name was Burley Combs, oddly enough, and he kind of got me into beekeeping. Back then, there was really nothing to it. He actually wanted me because I was young and could lift 100-pound boxes of honey, basically. We literally would put boxes on, take honey off, and it was a non-stop process. There was no diseases back then. There was really no mites, things that affect us nowadays as beekeepers. I maintain it's really like a pet that needs a little more care at times. It really just is a matter of make sure in the spring you take the queen and the hive that's at the top of the box, put it in the bottom. In the fall you make sure if she's at the top, you do the same thing because the bees will work their way up. Ultimately, remember, they're making the honey for them. They're not making it for us, and it's just what a bee does. Every hive will have a little bit different flavor to it. The bees are, depending on where they go, what flowers they hit or trees or whatever, that's going to affect the taste of the honey. Even here at the Boone home last year, there was a late clover bloom. It went on later in the season. You could actually get the clover flavor. When there's nothing else out here blooming except clover, you know that's where they're going. It changes the color in addition to the smell sometimes and the flavor. So it's just a matter of what you do with honey. I like to cook with honey. I brew beer with honey. It's a sweetener no matter how you look at it, and you can do a lot with it in a lot of different ways. The majority of a hive is full of female bees. They're worker bees, nurse bees, undertaker bees, bees that go out looking for water, bees that go out looking for pollen. A bee literally works itself to death. There's a different life cycle. The majority of them will go out and forage, and they'll forage a tremendous amount of time just to get a drop of nectar that they can turn into honey. They may make hundreds of flights just a day, depending on where they're going. They'll fly up to 7 miles. If there's not a source, then they'll do the same for water. The other main bees in the hive are the queen, obviously. Her goal is to, when she is hatched, to go out and mate and then to lay eggs. She's obviously going to be different looking than the other. She's going to be a longer, a bigger bee overall. Then the other is the drone, the male bee. He has one purpose, and that's to mate. He always dies after he mates. And then if not, come fall, his sisters, all the other female bees, they'll throw him out of the hive and kill him. They'll starve him, chase him out, and they won't let him back in. It's definitely good to be the queen and maybe not the male bee. St. Charles County Parks, they do realize the importance of bees in general. Every third bite of food needs a pollinator. So if you like anything, berries or peaches or all kinds of different things that we eat, you have to have honeybees, and or bees in general as pollinators. There are other beehives at other St. Charles County Parks that other volunteers would take care of as well. I decided to volunteer at St. Charles County Parks because, one, outdoors is a great thing. When it comes outdoors, particularly something here like at the Boone home, these are fantastic places. I mean, this is history. I believe that we're being a good steward of the land, no matter what, by having honeybees. It's good for the community, it's good for St. Charles, it's good for everybody. It's just good for the environment. I mean, it's good for me. I'm not going to lie. It's a fun thing to be out here and have people come up and talk to you. I'm Victor Imgarten. That's my story, and this is my county.